Superman was not made to look cool, it was made to make belief feel possible. There was no computer magic, only wires, cameras, risk, and a farm boy asked to carry a myth. This movie nearly collapsed midair while trying to make a man fly. These are 10 weird facts about Superman. Look up, this is where flight began. Fact 10, you will believe a man can fly was a gamble. That famous tagline was not marketing hype, it was a challenge. In 1978, there was no CGI to fix mistakes. Every flying shot required harness rigs, wind machines, miniatures, and optical tricks. Christopher Reeve endured painful wire systems that crushed his hips and ribs. One wrong pull could spin him or slam him into a wall. Early tests looked ridiculous. Catapulted dummies, mechanical models, nothing worked. Then the Zoptic front projection system was developed. For the first time, Superman did not float, he flew. And the illusion finally felt real. Fact 9, the budget almost broke the movie. The film was originally planned for 1977. Delays stacked up, effects experiments failed, reshoots expanded. By the end, the budget reached around $55 million. An enormous number at the time. Every department felt pressure. Christopher Reeve remained tied to flying shoots for months longer than expected. Tension grew between director Richard Donner and the producers. Set visits turned into arguments. The movie sold weightlessness. The production felt heavy. It survived by inches. Fact 8, it was filmed with the sequel at the same time. This was not one film, it was two. Superman 2 was being shot simultaneously to save money. Actors filmed scenes for both stories during the same schedule. That meant double scripts, double tension, and double exhaustion. When conflict later exploded between Donner and the producers, the sequel suffered. Large portions had to be reworked. The first Superman was not just making history, it was building a franchise midair. Fact 7, Marlon Brando was paid like royalty. Marlon Brando played Jor-El for less than 2 weeks. He was paid millions plus a percentage of profits. He reportedly used cue cards hidden around the set instead of memorizing lines. At one point he suggested Jor-El could be played as a green suitcase. The idea was rejected, yet on screen he feels mythic and calm. Brando gave Krypton weight before Superman ever appeared. Prestige came at a price, but it worked. Fact 6, Gene Hackman refused to shave. Gene Hackman did not want to shave his mustache or head for Lex Luthor. Director Richard Donner made a deal. If Hackman shaved, Donner would shave too. Hackman agreed. Donner then removed a fake mustache he had secretly been wearing. The crew burst into laughter. Hackman shaved. The bald villain became iconic because of a bluff. Fact 5, Christopher Reeve was not the first choice. The studio initially wanted stars like Robert Redford or Paul Newman. Big names meant safety, but they also meant distraction. When Christopher Reeve auditioned, he was unknown and thin. He wore a test suit and darkened his hair. Then he performed the switch between Clark Kent and Superman. The room felt it immediately. He did not play Superman, he became him, and the myth finally had a face. Fact 4, the tone was almost campy. Early drafts of the script leaned toward parody. Superheroes in the 1970s were often treated like jokes. Richard Donner changed that. He insisted the film be played straight. Even if a man can fly, everything around him must feel real. Kansas had to feel grounded. Metropolis had to feel alive. Superman was treated as American mythology, not comedy. That decision saved the film. Fact 3, the score made the impossible feel inevitable. John Williams composed the legendary theme. The opening fanfare does not sound playful. It sounds heroic and certain. During recording, the orchestra reportedly overwhelmed the room. The romantic flying scene almost included sung lyrics. Donner rejected it. Instead, it became spoken poetry over music. That theme does not accompany Superman, it defines him. The sound made belief easier. Fact 2, the ending changed the character forever. Superman turning back time by reversing Earth's rotation was not originally meant for this film. It was designed for the sequel, but production chaos forced the scene into the first movie. The moment feels powerful and emotional. Superman refuses to accept loss, but it created a problem. If he can reverse time once, why not again? That one scene expanded his power beyond limits, and future films struggled with that question. Fact 1, Christopher Reeve carried Superman into real life. In 1995, Christopher Reeve suffered a spinal cord injury in a horse riding accident. He was paralyzed from the neck down. Instead of fading from public life, he became a major advocate for spinal cord research and disability rights. He testified before Congress. He raised millions for research. He spoke openly about dignity and perseverance. The man who once flew on wires became a symbol of real strength. For many fans, that is the true legacy of Superman. Superman was not just a movie, it was a risk that turned into belief. It proved that hope could look powerful without looking cruel. This is Movixa. Like the video, comment your favorite fact, and subscribe for more classic movie history with teeth. And remember, you do not have to fly to be Superman, you just have to show up.